Rama Rama Hare Hare. प्रणाम संकीर्तन के जय विष्णुपाद परम स्वर्गाचार्य श्री स्वामी श्री प्रपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परम स्वर्गाचार्य श्री सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्री प्रपाद की बहुत ही दास बाबू जी महाराज की श्री भक्तिविनोद ठाकुर की जगन्नाथ दास बाबू जी महाराज की जय षड गोस्वामी वृंद की पंचतत्व की श्री चिंताय गौरांग की श्री राधा गोविंद गौरांग राज की जगन्नाथ बुद्ध सुब्रमण्या की श्री महारानी की नरसिंह भगवान की all good station devotees, all good station, all good station, all good station, Guru and Gaurang, all good station. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Satyanam Kevalam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Ashtapraya Shukadeva Bhagavate Musrat Bhakti Bhakti. Reading from Canto 10, Chapter 51, Verse number 33. This is set up to So sa api basmi krita nunam atmiyena eva papamana anantaram Bhavan Sriman Lakshitah Amrita Shashanah Sopi Basmi Krutonanam Atmiyeneva Papamana Anantaram Bhavan Sriman Lakshito Mitra Shashanah Sopi Basmi Krutonunam Atmiyeneva Papamana Anantaram Bhavan Sriman Lakshito Mitra Shashanah Sopi Basmi Krutonunam Atmiyeneva Papamana Anantaram Bhavan Sriman Lakshito Mitra Shashanah Anantaram Bhavan Sriman Lakshito Mitra Shashanah Sopi Basmi Krutonunam Atmiyeneva Papamana Anantaram Bhavan Sriman Lakshito Mitra Shashanah. What word meaning? Sa api, that very person. Basmi krita, turned to ashes. Nunam, indeed, Atmiyena, by his own, Eva, Papmana, sinful karma, Anantaram, immediately following, Bhavan, your good self, Shriman, glorious, Lakshita, observed, Amitra, of enemies, Shashana, the chastiser. Translation Prabhu disciples of S.A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Sripad Gi, his disciples speech. Translation. That man who woke me was burned to ashes by the reaction of his sins. Just then I saw you, possessing a glorious appearance and the power to chastise your enemies. Previous slogan. Chira prajagara shanto nidrayapahate shasyesmin jane kaman kenapi uthapito dhuna. I was fatigued after remaining awake for a long time, and my senses were overwhelmed by sleep. Thus, I slept comfortably here in this solitary place until just now someone woke me. And this was. The man who woke me was burnt to ashes by the reactions of his sins. Just then I saw you possessing a glorious appearance and the power to chastise your enemies. Kalyavana has declared himself the enemy of Sri Krishna and the Yadu dynasty. Through Muchkunda, Sri Krishna destroyed the opposition of that foolish barbarian. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Niltam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamriyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Danvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Paryana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lita Shri Vishakantamsha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarne Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gautashe Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanuste Devi Pranamami Haripriya Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannadhaya Te Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama. I seek blessings of all devotees present here in the class. So I will be able to speak something from Srimad Bhagavatam and glorify Lord Krishna and his devotees. Shanutam Sakata Krishna Punyashtavanake Hridayantastabhadrane Sata. By glorifying the Lord and glorifying his devotees. His devotees, then some problem. His devotees will get purified, our Nashtapraya Shabadresh. Nityam Bhagavad Seva, by hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam, will get purified. So today's verse, where we Krishna book है Krishna book इसके अंदर. So here we see Kalyavana was running behind Lord Krishna and finally came into the cave where Lord Krishna entered. So he came and woke up Muchkunda, Maharaj Muchkunda, and Maharaj Muchkunda, he was taking rest for a long time, and he has taken prediction from demigods that whoever wakes him up untimely, and he will destroy that person to ashes. So here Kalyavana was destroyed to ashes. And just opening up. Now, I will just read first 1-2 paragraphs from Krishna book, where Prabhupada describes how Kalyavana was going behind Lord Krishna. When Krishna came out of the city, Kalyavana, who had never seen Krishna before, saw him to be extraordinarily beautiful, dressed in yellow garments. Passing through Kalyavana's assembly of soldiers, Krishna appeared like a moon in the sky, passing through the assembled clouds. Kalyavana was fortunate enough to see the lines of Srivatsa, a particular impression on the chest of Sri Krishna, and Kaustubha jewel he was wearing. Kalyavana saw him, however, in his Vishnu form, with a well-built body, 4 hands and eyes like the petals of a newly blown lotus. Krishna appeared blissful, with handsome forehead and beautiful smiling face, restless eyebrows and moving earrings. Here we see. Before seeing Krishna, Kalyavana had heard about him from Narada, and now the description of Narada was confirmed. He heard about Krishna from Narada Muni before, how Krishna looks like, but his heart not transformed. And he was comparing the what he has heard, and then it's confirmed. Kalyavana noticed Krishna's specific marks and the jewels on his chest, his beautiful garlands of lotus flowers, his lotus-like eyes and similar beautiful bodily features. He concluded that this beautiful personality must be Vasudeva, for every description he had previously heard from Narada was substantiated by the presence of Krishna. So he saw Krishna, he saw the beautiful features of Krishna, he heard about Krishna, but his heart was not transformed because here Prabhupada explains that he has no, he was not practiced in devotional service. Here is Kalyavana began running very fast, thinking, now I am near, I will capture him, but he could not. So only there are yogis and many who practice so much austerity and all those things, but they cannot capture Krishna. Only who are advanced in devotional service, who are having their service attitude, they can capture Krishna by their loving devotion. Even though here we see Kalyavana heard about him, and because he has not practiced devotional service, he was not able to touch Krishna. And here we see Maharaj Muchkunda, he was sleeping for a long time because he was helping demigods in the heavenly planets for a long time, because that time difference between heavenly planets and here is difference. So he fought there for a long time. So he got the benediction from demigods also, to sleep for a long time, according to the heavenly planets. Uh, because he was very fatigued. Here it explains that overwhelmed by sleep. My senses were overwhelmed by sleep. So he was body became fatigued, being fighting with the demons for a long time. So he was feeling sleep is the most important thing for him, because his body was tired. And also it's explained that he knows that Krishna is going to appear in the future, the next millennium. So he wanted to take darshan of Lord Krishna. So uh, and he has to pass all the time till the next yuga. So he thought, I'm already fatigued, so let me take rest and directly take darshan of Lord. And Lord Krishna is also very pleased by his service and his devotion. So he gave his darshan after this time. And so this his sleep is not like that of the conditioned souls who are in the mode of ignorance. Those in the mode of ignorance, for them sleep is the most favorite item. Yeah, it's like very luxury. And I remember in school days, when there is holiday, means that day you'll sleep till 9 o'clock. There is no school, so that is and going for tuitions, it is very painful to getting up early morning and going for tuition. And there also I used to sleep. So this ignorance is very makes one person, those who are in passion, you see sometimes they are in the morning 5 o'clock they are playing football in the ground. One time was during Radha time, I was going to Pandal from temple, taking some dress. So early morning 5 o'clock, people are playing football there. Morning 5 o'clock. So that is, those who are in passion, they have that relish. They can give up sleep. But those who are in ignorance, for them sleep is very favorite. And personally, like experience or brahmacharya ashram, those who are in brahmacharis, for them there is no need to go for job. So after morning program, after taking prasad, the favorite activity, because no obligation for householder. He has to go for job. He cannot sit after all the doing morning activities. So for a brahmachari, only one of the motivating factor to serve nicely is to please Guru and Krishna. If that is not there, then other driving force is not there to work hard. So for anyone, even householders, anybody, to advance in spiritual life, to please Guru and Krishna should be there in one's heart. Otherwise, for a householder, it is like he's forced to work. Even if he doesn't want, even suppose some time he got fever, lot of fever. तो he for taking a holiday he will think कितना salary cut हो जाएगा मेरा holidays cut हो जाएगा he will think a lot to keep a holiday. But for brahmachari थोड़ा सीख हो गया he will you can take so many excuses to lie down or. And for brahmachari, he doesn't need a cot, anything, because there is no anxiety much. Anywhere you sleep, you'll get sleep. For grahastha, there are so many anxieties. He has to pay that bill, this bill, children's school. This, so the motivating factor for brahmachari to work hard or serve in the mission is to have that intense desire, please Guru and Krishna. If that is not there, there are many opportunities for sense gratification, even for brahmachari. In India, people respect, at least in the community, you will get all donation or whatever. Fish, sponsoring fish, so many opportunities for sense gratification. But if we have this desire to please Guru and Krishna and follow their instructions, then now one can utilize his time nicely and not to waste time. Of course, when one work hard, for some particular service for a long time, like during Rath Yatra or during marathon, duties, go for competition every day, or some services where you have taxed a lot, then one may take some rest. But otherwise, I face this problem. Many times I get up early to chant, but afterwards the mind calculates. I got up early, I slept only this many hours, so I have to compensate later. Like that, and I sleep more than required. It happens like that. So because these are all because of not having proper motivation to serve. Because of that, these all things happen. So for brahmachari, to serve Guru, Krishna and Vaishnavas, that intense desire has to be there. For that, whatever is required and whatever instructions given by the superiors and spiritual master, if one follows that, then he will be saved. Otherwise, there is always a chance. Recently, I was reading from 7th canto, where Prabhupada is very strict about those who are staying in ashram. They should be very much enthusiastic, serve, not to. It's not a free hotel to stay. And Prabhupada uses heavy words. Those who are no useful for material or spiritual purpose. It's not for the people who are neither competent to be either spiritual or material, just to stay. So one should analyze one's own spiritual practice and how I'm serving, whether I'm practicing according to the instructions of the spiritual master or not. One has to see and correct oneself and go ahead. So here, Muchkunda, he was tired, so he was taking rest. Now he got darshan of the Lord, and he was so joyful by seeing the Lord, and he introduces himself as Kshatravan, fallen Kshatriya. So very humble, and he was introducing himself humbly to Lord and asking his identity. So, he got the darshan of the Lord, and afterwards Lord explains how, and explains his own identity. So Lord here, as Muchkunda was remembered by Lord, you know that his devotees in the Sri Nitai Gaurang ki, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. So Krishna never forgets his devotees. He's there in the cave, sleeping, and Lord arranged this. Lord fulfilled many purposes by doing one thing. Going into the cave, he made arrangement to kill 𝐂𝐻𝐌𝐌𝐔𝐍, and also he gave darshan to Maharaj Muchkunda, and he delivered him from gave his darshan, and like that. So I was Lord gave his darshan to Maharaj Muchkunda. He was taking, he was sleeping. So that is the arrangement for Muchkunda, where he fought with the demons and like that. For us, we are Kali Kale Naam Rupe Krishna Avatar. Krishna has appeared the form of the holy name. So he is ready to give his association through his holy name. And we should be enthusiastic to receive the Lord in the form of the holy name. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Chaitanya Chaitamrita, it comes that he says, how much I alone can distribute these fruits of this devotional service, holy name. And I need help of all of you, like that. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaks. He is the person who gave this devotional service. He is the gardener, and he is the same person who distributor of the fruits. So in this parampara, we all are getting these fruits in the disciplic succession. So we should, and Sri Chaitanya says, you taste those fruits and distribute it to others. So we should be receptive to take those fruits and give it to distribute to others. Our devotees are going out for Harinam Sankirtan in the morning every day. Hariprasad Prabhu and some more devotees. So that is very important. We have different services, like those who are in the temple, being Harinam Sankirtan in the temple hall. Some devotees engage in deity service. Some are in non-preparation. Like that, there should be devotees should not distribute the holy name to the going out in the public, and book distribution. There is World Holy Name Week in this September. It comes starts from the appearance of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It is for 1 week. Now one can plan something. Plan during that time how we can distribute this holy name to more people. Previous year years back. I remember in Albert Road, some devotees they made arrangement in the downstairs. And, they made posters. Fortunate people they keep like that, and whoever comes to the temple, new people going thus. They used to come. People will come to new people going thus. So the devotees used to take clipping. Fortunate people, and they make them chant Hare Krishna and speak 1 or 2 lines, and they used to put that in the YouTube or some link where they collect all new people chanting holy names. So we should find out means and ways to give holy name to the more and more new people. Actually, it just need some idea and thought and desire to do it. If we are indifferent to the things, then we may, even though we may have intelligence, everything, we may not use it for proper. But these are simple things. If you can do it, you can do it in the temple also, anywhere like that. So, giving holy name to tasting oneself and giving it to others. But what happens is because of anarthas and desire for sense gratification, and also sometimes no desire to follow the instructions of the spiritual masters and superiors, our own agendas. So we become indifferent to the mercy coming. Lord is ready to give through His holy name, through Srimad Bhagavatam, all this, but we are not ready to take it. We have no receptivity for taking the holy name. We have time, like I have time for more doing sense gratification, but not for taking more holy name or take association of pure devotees through books and lectures. And so if we don't taste those foods, then there is no desire to distribute only, because we are only not tasting. There is thinking of distributing to others. So both, God is ready to give, and we should be receptive to take it and also to distribute others. And also, by this example, we see that Lord never forgets His devotees. He gives His mercy at the right time. So, whatever devotional service we perform, that is never lost. So, why not use our intelligence in engaging in devotional service than material activity, or engaging in sense gratification, which is illusion and temporary. You can't, you will not get anything, or spending energy in the temporary things of this world, where everything will be lost. But devotional service is the reality, and that will be never be lost. We see in the instances of Srila Prabhupada disciples who helped Srila Prabhupada, who engaged in devotional service, helped Srila Prabhupada. They were, Krishna saved them in their final days. We see the example of Prabhupada disciple, 𝐂𝐻𝐌𝐌𝐔𝐍. So he was the first person to meet Prabhupada. He helped Prabhupada in editing books, all those. But afterwards he gave up Krishna and engaged in sinful activities. But finally he got cancer, and doctors told that you have 6 months to live. Then immediately understood, and he says that if Krishna would have not given this cancer, he would not have turned back to Prabhupada. So that made him to again come to devotees, understood what Srila Prabhupada has given, and he was with full Krishna consciousness. he has left the body. He says that, so with full conviction actually. He says, I engaged in sensory education, but Prabhupada has saved me the most critical time of my life. And his conviction, he says afterwards, is Krishna God, he says. If Krishna is not God, all the scriptures of the world are false. All the acharyas, who all say that Krishna is not God, they are all false, and like that. He has realized the, the Krishna, Lord Krishna in his life. So that was his conviction. That Krishna is God. Like that, he left the world with so much conviction. So one more story comes in the Srimad Bhagavatam is Gajendra. And he was in his previous life was King Indradyumna. He was a devotee, and he after when as the years passed, he gave up his kingdom, and he became an ascetic in the forest and practicing devotional service. But when Agastya Muni comes, he doesn't properly receive him, so he was cursed to become an elephant. So here I was reading from lecture of Raghunatha Maharaj. Says that he was a devotee, very great devotee. It was not enough to how to helplessly cry out for Krishna, to make him learn to more intensify his devotional service, and he got this curse of Gajendra. So when he was as a Gajendra, the heavenly planets, he was enjoying his life, in the Trikuta mountains, where fresh water, everything. He has so many wives, children, friends. So he was most happily spending his time. But when the crocodile caught him in the pond, in the lake, then he was tried to save himself and looked at the relatives, wives and children. He was in a helpless condition. Nobody was ready to save him. Then, because of the intense pain which he got, when he, again, internalized, he was made him to remember his, previous life as King Indradyumna and what he had learned. That gave him remembrance of the prayers which he had learned in his previous life. He uttered those prayers with full heart to the Lord. So we see in the devotees' lives also, when we are practicing, but we are in a casual comfort. Sometimes situation comes where you get Mahaprasad, where you make you really think where went wrong or not. And those things which we learned in our devotional service, we try to apply those things at that time, what we have heard. And if we apply those give you, right direction in spiritual life. The most crisis or painful situation comes through either physical or mental dealing with other devotees, something is spoke and you feel ego hurt and you have argument or whatever. But at that time, if we apply, because there will be a painful situation either way, either physical. Sometimes some devotees have, physically you will get problems, and sometimes relationship or with others, which comes. But at that time, if we apply what we have learned, devotional service, those things, if we keep our ego aside and try to apply those things at that time, then that crisis makes into very, like jitna that much negative, and that will help us into the positive side, to become more intensify in our devotional service. That's what we see in devotee's life, that the sign of a real devotee is that he welcomes with a gracious heart even the most difficult thing that may come upon us. He sees that nothing bad, nothing is worse, and everything is for situation, for a perfect opportunity to become Krishna consciousness. So apparently things may be very, situation is now very horrible or from middle point of view, but it's an opportunity to become more Krishna conscious. So devotee welcomes distress with love, and he always takes shelter of Krishna. Bhajahure mana Sri Nandana Abhaya Charanarvinda. So by that, he has no fear in any situation in life, whatever it may come, because he takes that situation and acts in a way the Lord wants. So then everything become more Krishna conscious, and Lord also helps. As we see, Lord never forgets his devotees. So whatever we do in devotional service is never lost, and even if we forget Krishna, Krishna doesn't leave us. He gives us whatever required to get purified. He gives whatever, some pain, or even if it requires to give pain, he will give that, and again he comes back to Krishna. So in our life also, either we try to nicely practice and then things may not, if something, if we voluntarily take it up, there is no pain. But if you don't take voluntarily, then you have to take another way. So it is an option for us. But if you are sincere, then that Krishna will give that pain. If you are not taking seriously, if you are trying to be sincere, then Krishna will give that whatever pain to again become Krishna conscious. But we voluntarily take it up, then it's easy. It is more blissful and like that. So these are all thoughts I wanted to share. Where Muchkunda, he was knows that he was Krishna is going to appear. That's why he has taken the option of taking rest for all the while. Otherwise, he has to see all the yoga, what is passing, all the things will go. So he has taken rest till again Krishna appeared and Krishna. For us, Krishna is appeared in the form of the holy name. So we should take, and he is ready to give himself the holy name, Srimad Bhagavatam and devotee, association of devotees. So we should take it enthusiastically. Vishay Chariya, Serase Majhe Mukhe Bolo Hari. So we should give up desire for sense gratification in this world. and take Krishna seriously. Hare Krishna. Indra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.